Hey guys, let me know if you can hear me. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Let me know if you guys can hear me and see me in the comment section. Awesome. Am I loud and clear? Awesome. So thanks for confirming that. For some reason, I'm not seeing the bars on my side. So welcome to today's masterclass, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hello, hello. So let me know where you guys are tuning in from and what's the time on your end. So I'm here in Brisbane, Australia, and it is exactly 12 p.m. here. It's noon on my side, and it's a Saturday, so it's a perfect day for me to host this webinar. And yeah, good to have you guys here. I think it's a great time for you as well. It's Friday evening, so everybody can easily join this masterclass after work and after kids have gone to bed. So hello, hello. I'll try to keep this as short as possible. I don't want to take too much of your time, so I'm gonna put a lot of information in 1 hour. So I'm also gonna squeeze in some business ideas, how you can make money from party decor SVG, since this is related to the party craft SVGs. I just want to give you guys a little bit something extra on how what kind of party SVGs you can make and turn that into cash. Awesome. That's good to hear, Wendy. So I'm going to dive straight in because we don't have enough time. So make sure you guys have a pen and paper. And remember, I will be sending replay. So if you miss out on some points, you can go back and watch the replay later on. So keep that in mind. Awesome. So we also have somebody from Sydney, Australia. That is good to hear. Somebody from Tennessee, New Jersey, Alabama. Awesome. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Who is excited to start this master's class? Sound just went terrible. I don't know. Let me see. So let me know if this is better. So if I can get a couple of yeses in the chat box about the sound, then I will dive straight into the masterclass. Awesome. So I'm seeing some yeses. So let's dive straight in. Okay, so can you guys see my screen? Can you see my slide? 3 easy steps for custom SVGs in Affinity Designer. So let me just pull this page up on my phone so I can see all your comments. Make sure you have your pen and pencil ready. I mean, pen and paper ready, and If you have downloaded and printed the workbook, make sure you have it in front of you so you can quickly fill out the notes. And for those of you who haven't downloaded it yet, you can check your inbox. I've sent the workbook straight to your inboxes, so go and have a look over there. All right, so I've got the chat box here, and I'm gonna get started right away. So you are in the right place if you are a crafter with a full-time job, or you are a stay-at-home mom, and if you want to learn SVG designing in Affinity Designer. So that's the software I use. If you're interested in designing SVGs in Affinity Designer, this is the right place for you. You are in the right place if you want to make money from SVG cut files, or you just want to design SVGs for fun, and you have very limited time on your hands, and you want to make the most out of this time by learning from an expert. And this is perfect for you if you are tired of watching free YouTube videos and you want a structured step-by-step plan for creating SVGs that are also profitable, that also make money. And just a little heads up, at the end of this class, I will be selling my course and there will be a sales pitch. So stay tuned. If you're not interested in buying, you can drop off once the class is over. But just a little heads up, this is coming your way. And for those of you who stay till the end, who are interested in buying, you are also going to get this bonus, how to package and sell SVG cut files, with all the information on how to load the SVGs on Etsy, how to write your product listings, how to create your mockups to attract customers. All of that is included in this bonus package, and you're going to get this if you stay till the end. All right. And if you purchase the course, so it only comes if you purchase the course. So you're not going to get it just like that. Just a little heads up. And my promise to you, I'm going to try my best to give as much value as humanly possible in this masterclass. And nothing I teach here is based on theory. This is something I've done, my students have done. I've been teaching this since 2019. So it's been tried and tested so many times, unlimited times. So this is something that works. In return, I ask that you keep an open mind about the information, you treat everybody with respect, and you take plenty of notes, because this is gold. And tips for watching: make sure you're in a quiet room and get rid of all the distractions, close all the tabs, put your phone on silent so you can focus on this master class. So here's what you're going to learn today. First, I'm going to show you 3 terrible mistakes to avoid when working with SVGs, especially for those of you who are new to the Cricut world. These are some things that you must know. And also, I'm going to share 3 easy steps for custom SVGs in Affinity Designer. And I'm also going to show you how what kind of SVGs you can sell to start making money from SVGs right now. And for those of you who stay till the end and you jump onto the offer, you're also going to get this wonderful package valued at $197, how to package and sell SVG cut files. Alrighty, so who here loves IKEA? Raise your hands in the chat box. Just put your little hand icon, or maybe just say me in the comment section if you love IKEA. I definitely love shopping at IKEA for craft storage. Like all my storage drawers are from IKEA, and my desktop as well, which is going to change soon. So let me know in the comment section who here loved IKEA. I can see a lot of hands. Awesome. So let's say you're in a competition hosted by IKEA, and you have to put together this hutch, this big hutch in just 30 minutes, and you have never ever done this in your life, and you're not an expert in assembling furniture. So you have 30 minutes, and the winner gets 100K. So what is your approach going to be? And you also have a little helpline, so you can work with an IKEA expert who has assembled like hundreds of these hutches, and can easily guide you on how to assemble this, or you can do it on your own. So quick question, what are you guys gonna do? Are you gonna go with the expert, or are you gonna DIY? So let me know in the comment section. There are no wrong answers. What do you feel like? What do you think you're going to do? Lizzie says expert. Alex says expert. Expert. Yeah, the bird wants to be in our in part of this conversation as well. So I'm seeing a lot of people are choosing the expert. Great choice, you guys. Expert or my son, yes. So great choice. I would definitely go with an expert as well, because I'm not an expert in assembling IKEA furniture. That's not where my expertise lies. So I will definitely go with an expert, because I've never assembled this kind of hutch, and I can never do this in 30 minutes. So that's what I'm gonna go for, and I hopefully I'm gonna win. So experts really make your life easier. So that's what that's one thing we have gotten out of the way. So let's get back to the SVGs. So selling SVGs was number one way I grew my business. So I started designing SVGs in 2018. Before that, I was doing sewing patterns, which was quite similar to SVGs, but that was a much more tedious job, because you gotta cut your patterns, make sure there's not a single centimeter mistake in the patterns. You got to be so accurate. But SVGs was way easier in terms of that. So I've been designing and selling SVGs since 2018. I started off by offering free SVGs, and then I grew my business solely on SVGs. But it wasn't just any SVGs that made the biggest impact. It was the profitable SVGs that brought the income. So I'm going to share with you guys little things, experiments that I've done with SVGs, and what the results that I got. So for those of you who are new here, I am Jav. I'm an SVG business coach. I used to be a freelance graphic designer for the official Cricut, and I teach people how to design and also how to sell SVG cut files. On ordinary day, I am either designing SVGs or working as a business analyst in one of the major multinational companies. What qualifies me to teach this class? I have 8+ experience in designing and selling SVG cut files and digital designs. I have designed for the official Cricut. I have sold more than 20K SVGs in the past, since the time I started selling SVGs. Now, before I dig in, just want to quickly give you guys a little flashback, a little intro of how I got into this. So back in 2014, I was a student. I was overworked. I was stressed out, and I needed some extra cash to for my student life. So I decided to start doing digital sewing patterns, because I loved making bags back then. And this is what I started off with. I used to draw them on the paper, and then I used to import them and then fix them. It was very annoying and frustrating, and that's how I discovered Affinity Designer. I had zero design skills in Affinity Designers, but I self-taught myself. I spent around 2 years just trying to learn the software, which really had a bad impact on my business. I could have spent that time making money, but I was just learning the software. So I started creating digital designs while studying full time. Then in 2018, 2019, I started designing SVGs, and I launched my first SVG shop in 2020. And then 2021, I started working for Cricut. So in August 2020, I started selling 3D SVG cut files, which was absolutely loved by everyone. And I made 2K AUD, Australian dollars, in just 1 month by selling SVG cut files. And you can see the amount of views and feedbacks that I received on my SVG cut files. Now I'm making full-time income from my shop, from my blog, from my summits, all of these strategies combined while working as a business analyst. And thanks to my SVG business, I work just 5 to 10 hours a week on my business. I have a sustainable business that makes money on autopilot. I'm supporting my family. I'm supporting my husband, supporting my mom overseas. And I'm doing work, doing something, making money, doing something I love. I have flexible hours and a ton of extra cash. Now, if you're interested in how you can do this, let's dive into the basics. Now, where do you start? So first and foremost, you need to understand 3 terrible mistakes that you need to avoid when working with or designing SVGs if you are serious about this. So mistake number 1, not learning to use a professional illustration software. This is something I see a lot of people do. I have done this as well. When starting out, I was looking for a free software, and free software does not have all those professional capabilities that come with a professional software like Affinity Designer. So when I was designing, I had Adobe Illustrator, but then they introduced their paid version, which was out of my budget. And I had to search high and low for a software that would match Adobe. And I couldn't find anything. I tried using Inkscape. It was a total disaster. I did not like it one bit. I know there are some people that swear by it. That's okay, but it did not work for me. It was too glitchy. It was too annoying. So I ended up going for Affinity, and I haven't looked back, because if you have the right software that's working perfectly, it becomes it becomes 10 times easier to do the work. And because this is such a technical process, so you need to have some sort of stability. So if your software is stable and it's professionally laid out, it makes your job 10 times easier. So make sure you set aside a time to learn this software, because if you don't, you end up using glitchy software like Design Space, like Inkscape. I cannot tell you how frustrated I get when I'm using these software, and in the end, I just end up blaming myself, like I'm not good enough, when in fact is the problem with the software. It keeps crashing. It's not doing what you want it to do, and it's just so frustrating. So if you don't invest in time in learning a professional software, you will eventually get super frustrated, and you tend to give up. And then some people also don't understand how SVGs work. Like, if there are some shops that are selling some weird looking SVGs, I'm going to show you what they look like. And people don't even know how to work with the SVGs. What are nodes? What are anchor points? What's the pen tool? How do you manipulate the design? All of these things are something that you need to understand. So so you can only get this when you are using a professional software, and you are learning from someone who's been there, done that. So if you rely on free YouTube videos, you get answers from people who are not experts, who have zero experience in selling SVGs, and you don't learn the concept, you end up getting frustrated and you give up too early. So if you learn a professional software, it will allow you to create beautiful designs. You'll actually feel excited to design new SVGs. Now, here's a quick testimonial from one of my students. She joined my program a couple of, I think 2 years ago, and she made back her investment in 2 months, 1/3 of her investment within 2 months of joining the program. She said that she was trying to learn from YouTube, but she couldn't. And there were lots of hurdles. And then she decided to go for my program, and she ended up creating such beautiful SVG files. You can also check out her shop. Mistake number 2. A lot of people who are entering the SVG business world, they are creating basic designs. And the problem with basic design, like the industry has become so mature now, so advanced, that people are not interested in basic designs anymore. And if you go to Design Space, you'll see that Design Space has introduced so many different tools of creating text-based SVGs right inside Design Space. There's so many ways you can manipulate the text that people can just create their own text-based, simple text-based SVGs. They don't need to buy any text-based SVGs. So if you are creating simple, basic designs like these, especially the one on the left-hand side over here, you're not gonna get any traction in your store. People are not interested in designs like the one on the left. That is super, super straightforward. That's just one font and one picture that's just stuck to it. But if you look at the one on the right-hand side, it has some kind of swirls. There are swirls going on. There are some extra elements that have been added, which you can't usually make in Design Space straightforward. Like you have to go in and you have to modify all of these things. So there are more chances to get sale on the right-hand side, the design on the right-hand side, compared to the design on the left-hand side. So when you create basic designs, it's going to be almost impossible to sell these designs, because I've done that. I've been there, done that, and it was a total fail. And I've seen shops that are selling these designs and barely making any sales. So boring designs, no sales, no customers. So make sure you learn to design complex stuff. That is the only thing that's going to help you in gaining sales. So these are the designs that my clients have created and seen some tremendous results from these designs. So this is from one of my alumni, Toby from Wonderfully Made. She usually also does the tutorial in the summits. She's also a speaker in most of my summits. This time she wasn't able to join, but her designs are extremely fabulous. You can look up her shop on Etsy and on Instagram. She does this part-time, and you can see such beautiful designs in her store. The next mistake is not getting an expert's advice. Now, when we are running an SVG business or just trying to learn the right way to create SVGs, if you're in a vacuum, it becomes really, really difficult. If you're just working on your own, you don't know what is currently going on in the industry. And a lot of times you end up creating something which is not going to perform well. So for example, sometimes people end up creating SVGs that don't cut properly on vinyl or on paper, because if different types of materials have different type of cutting requirements. So you gotta make your SVGs to fit in that, to make it easy for it to be cut on a certain type of material. So if you don't get an expert's opinion on these kind of SVGs, then you don't know what you're doing. A lot of times people create designs and they go to craft groups to get feedback. And the feedback that you get there is mainly about the aesthetics, but not about the tech, what is going on in behind this SVG. So only an expert can guide you. So if you have experts' guidance, it will be easier for you to make progress. You can get feedback, you can get motivation, you can get expert guidance on how to create designs that are currently popular. And this goes especially for those who want to make extra income from SVG cut files. Here's another testimonial from one of my students, Fatima, from Pop of Color. She became so good at designing SVGs that she now creates tutorials for my course for creating SVG designs. You'll see some of her work in the course as well. And she started from scratch, from literally nothing. And she joined my program in November 2020, and now she's doing so well. Now, bottom line is the SVGs can make a ton of money. So let me know in the comment section how many people are interested in making in some sort of extra income from SVG cut files. Just put your hands up in the comment section. Yes, I totally agree. Wise Healings. I cannot stand that software. It drives me nuts. I see some me's in the comment section. Good. So I'll be showing what kind of party decor SVGs you can make to turn that into extra cash. So the bottom line is SVGs can make a ton of money, but you need to create profitable SVGs to make money. It's not going to be possible if you're creating basic SVGs. You've got to take your SVGs to the next level. So 3 steps for creating gorgeous custom SVGs in Affinity Designer. So first of all, you got to follow this plan, P.D.T. This is my framework that I have created for creating SVGs that are easy to cut, that are easy to work with, and they also make money. So first of all, you got to plan out your SVGs. Then you got to design it, and then you got to test it out. So what goes under planning? So decide on what material you're going to use, who's the target audience, because material, let's talk about material. So if you can be designing SVGs for wood, for paper, or for vinyl. And all of these SVGs need to be designed differently for them to be able to be cut perfectly on that material. For cutting on wood, you cannot have too many intricate details. And then for paper, again, you can't have the same details as you have in the vinyl, because vinyl is pretty thin and the blade can cut through it, but you can't have the same detailing in paper or in wood. So you got to think, what are you designing for, and who's the target audience? Are you creating a simple SVG that a beginner can use, or are you creating a complex SVG with lots of detailing that is only gonna work for advanced to intermediate? And what's the cutting machine you are targeting? Are you creating for Silhouette, because that's going to be a different file, DXF? Or are you creating for Cricut, because that's going to be an SVG file? So these are the things that you need to take into account. Another amazing feedback from one of my students. She started her store in 2022, and she made 18 sales within 14 days of launching her SVG store. And in 2023, she made around $3,000 from SVG cut files. Baby steps, small steps, but her shop is growing. And you can find her interview as well on my Instagram about her journey, how she started and everything. And you can also check out her store, Hard SVGs. So once you have planned, the next step is to design. So build the foundation for the design. First of all, practice designing all kind of SVGs. You cannot just create the first SVG and put that in your store to sell it, because it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be sellable. Your first few SVGs, it's just you experimenting, the design, experimenting with the design and the software. So first, design for practice. And once you know what's going on, what changes you need to make, you can then start selling your SVGs. Now, if you don't do that, this is what you end up with. Like, I've seen a lot of shops that sell the SVGs that you can see on the left hand side. A lot of shops are selling SVGs like that, which will not cut properly. You can see, I can only imagine the nightmare of cutting these thin lines on vinyl or any other kind of material. It's just gonna ruin everything. And believe it or not, people are actually selling SVGs like that because they don't know how the SVGs work. The right and this on the right hand side is the SVG that I created from scratch in Affinity Designer, and you can see the lines are so smooth and easy to cut. So this is a difference between a good file and a bad file. And you want to always aim for the best file, which is on the right-hand side. You don't ever want to sell the one on the left-hand side. That's something you need to be aware of when you are selling SVGs. Again, this example I wanted to share. Here's another example. Now, these are some of the designs that were created by my students. Most of them are from Toby. And here are some more designs by some of my top students. The one over here, the 3D shadow box, is by Susan. She's another amazing, amazing client of mine. She joined my program when she just had 12 sales in her shop, and her shop had been up and running for like 6 months, and she just had 12 sales. After she joined my program, she dedicated her time to consistently upload new designs. And now she has like more than 2,000 sales. And within after she started consistently uploading the designs, after going through my course, she had around 700 sales in just like 5 months. You can read her testimonials on my Instagram page as well. So you're going to learn how to trace the images like these. These are all done by my students. These are all created by my students. And I'm so proud of all the work that they have done. And they all started from literally scratch. They didn't know anything about designing SVGs. And now they're creating such gorgeous stuff, which is also making them money. So once you have designed your SVGs, you must test them out and you must take notes. What kind of material does it cut with? What are the challenges you're facing? Try different settings and make a note of that so you can refer to it later on. Or if you're selling your SVGs, you can include that as tips for your customers. So some more designs created by my students. And you can see some screenshots of some of my students' shops. So this is a shop by Toby, wonderfully made, and you can see 4,000 sales. So I took that screenshot a couple of months ago. I'm sure she has more sales now. This is by Susan, the one I was just talking about, and you can see she has 2,400 sales. Another one of my students, she is a software designer, software developer, and she also sells SVGs on the side. Her shop was also featured on Design Bundles, and she was also ranked as one of the top designers in the UK, and she has been in my course. And this is another one of my students. So in order to make money from SVGs, you need to design profitable SVGs that are easy to cut. And you cannot just make any SVG design and expect sales from it. So each of my students made profitable SVGs because they implemented a specific design mechanism. All right, so I'm quickly gonna show you guys how to create some SVGs in Affinity Designer. We're gonna look at how to create a card SVG and how to create a gift tag SVG. So this is Affinity Designer. Let me share my Affinity screen with you guys. So let me know if you guys can see Affinity Designer. So once I get some yeses in the comment section, I will dive straight into the tutorial. Yes, Lizzie says yes. You can see a couple of yeses. Awesome. All right, so this is what Affinity Designer looks like. Now, don't get scared. It looks super intimidating, but I'm going to show you a couple of things that you need. Now, this is a very versatile software. It's used for a gazillion, bajillion things, but we are only going to look at the tools that are needed for creating SVGs because we want to keep it simple. So to start off, you can see everything is muted over here because we don't have any canvas or artboard. That's called in that's what is referred to as in Affinity Designer. So go to your file and click on New, and you'll have all these options to select the artboard. So you can click on Print, and then from here you can change the dimensions. So first of all, I'm going to change the units to inches because it's easier to work with inches because the Cricut cutting mat is in inches, 12 by 12 inch. So it's easier for me to visualize here. So I usually go for a very large canvas, something like this, because it gets really messy. And when it comes to DPI, make sure you select 72 DPI for SVGs. That's really, really important, or else your SVG size is not going to be correct. Leave everything as it is and click on Create. And once you are on the canvas or artboard, this is called artboard in Affinity Designer, you can see all of your tools have lighted up. Now you can use all of these tools. So I'm going to talk about a couple of important things that you need to have in your right-hand side panel. So first of all, you should have the colors, then you should have the swatches, then stroke, and yeah, those are the three most important ones. And then you should have the layers panel in here. If you're not able to see any of these, you can go to Window and then select any of, make sure these are checked. So I've got my layers checked and I can see it here, stroke checked and I can see it, and all of these things. So you can select these and get these here. And then on the right hand side, we have all tools. We're going to work with shapes and then text. That's what we're going to be using today. Now, remember, I'll be sending out a replay so that you guys can go and play around with it. So don't worry if you miss a step. All right, so now to create a card, we are going to use the rectangle tool. I'm going to grab the tool and I'm just going to bring it to my canvas, and I'm going to press the shift button and click the mouse and drag. And when you press the shift button, it stays symmetrical. So it will create a square. If you don't select the shift button, you can have any size of rectangle. So let's delete this. Now I have a square and I want to make a card that is 6 inch by 6 inch. So let's change this to width to 12 inch and height to 6 inch. So now we have a rectangle with which can be scored in the middle to create 6 inch card. All right, so now the next step, let me change the color of this. I'm going to go to swatches and change the color to this. So let's create a card for Mother's Day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my text tool, and all right, before we do that, let's add a score line so we know where's the center of this card. So I'm going to grab another rectangle, and I'm going to draw it here. And let's change the color of this to pink, or this one. So you can see that we have a rectangle over here, which is cutting the rectangle at the back in the center. So I know this is where I need to add my score line. So to add the score line, I'm going to grab my pen tool, and I'm going to place a dot here and another dot here. So this really helps in telling us where to add the score line and make sure that it's straight. Now I can get rid of this, and we have our score line here. So I know this is equally divided. Next, I am going to grab my text tool and make sure this one is selected. You don't want to go for a frame text tool. Make sure it's artistic text tool. You grab that and you bring it to your canvas, and you click and drag to the size that you want. So I want it to be roughly around this size, and I'm going to write mom. Whoops. Now I want this to be very thick. I want this to be a very thick font, and I'm going to tell you guys why. So let's select a thick font from here. This looks like a good one. And let me just make it bigger. Now, next, I'm going to cut out this mom shape from the card. So I'm going to grab this text, and I'm going to grab the back. And to do that, what you can do, let's get rid of this rectangle. You can go to the layers panel. You can select one and then press shift and select the second one. And then you are going to click on subtract. And there you go. You have a cookie cutter thing. You have cut out mom letter from your card, and you can see now you can see the background, so that means it has been cut. So we have mom cut out on the card. Now, next thing I want to do is add some patterns here. So let me show you guys how to add your own photo here. So let's go to my SVG. So I have a couple of patterns here. Let's see. Those are plaid patterns. Patterns. Here they are. So pattern SVG. So I've got all my patterns here. Now to import them in Affinity Designer. So let's see which one is going to look good. You don't want something that is too intricate because it's going to not cut properly. So we want something that is, I would go with this one. So so I'm going to click this, and I'm going to drag it and open it in a new file. So you have to open your SVG in a new file, your image or graphic, and it should be in the SVG format. As you can see over here, it's an SVG that I grabbed. I didn't grab that JPEG format. That's not going to work. It should be in an SVG format. So grab the SVG and open it in a new document, and then you're going to Control C and then Control V to your actual workspace. So this is my actual workspace, and this is where I open my design. It's always open in a new one, and then you got to cut and paste it. Now I want this design to be part of this mom letter that we added there. So I'm going to make it large. And next, I am going to merge the two together. So I'm going to select this layer, and I'm going to select the bottom layer. And then I'm going to click on add. And now you can see we have a little thing pattern on the mom. And this will also help to keep the O, center of the O in place. Now, if you don't like this pattern, you can always click undo and you can add a new pattern. That's totally up to you. Or if you wanna, whoops. So let's try it with a new pattern. Let's go with this one. So I'm gonna again grab my SVG. I'm gonna open it in a new tab, Control C, and then Control V. Let's make it large. And now I'm gonna select the base layer and I'm gonna do add. And you can see we have this. I think I like this one better. And now you can also go in and add some shapes. So we can grab the hard shape. Now this is a very good thing about Affinity Designer. It comes with a ton of pre-made shapes that you can directly use. This is not something you can find in Adobe Illustrator, which makes your life really difficult. So I'm gonna add 2 hearts here. And let's turn this around. Let's turn this one around. And there you go. Now I'm going to select the 2 hearts and the base with the shift key pressed, and then I'm going to go again. I'm going to click subtract, and there you go. You've got your heart cut out. Now let's bring back our rectangle so that we can create a back layer. The rectangle needs to be 6 by 6 inch, and this can go at the back. You can change the color so it pops out, and you can see that we have now an overlay. Now let's bring our score line to the front, and next I'm gonna select everything and group all of these together. Now before you export it, you gotta make sure that everything is grouped together. And now I'm going to click on File and Export. Now watch carefully. You got to be very careful with the export settings if you want it right. Make sure SVG is selected from the top bar, and then SVG for export. Now when it comes to area, you want to select the selection only. So you're not exporting the whole big file. You're just selecting your design. And from here, make sure use document resolution is selected, uncheck this, uncheck everything else, and click on export. Now we can save this bomb SVG, and let's check how this looks like in Design Space. So let me know if you guys have questions. You can drop the questions in the chat. Let's click on new project, upload image, browse. Where is mom SVG? There you go. And let's upload this. And there you go. So you can see this is the exact size that we created the design in, 12 by 6 inch, and we've got our score line and everything, and it's ready for cutting. Just need to change the score line to score from here and then attach it, and then you'll be ready to cut this thing. Beautiful design in just 15 minutes or 20 minutes. You create, so yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how you create a card SVG in Affinity Designer. So for those of you who are interested in creating your own SVGs and selling them, this is going to be very important for you. So stay tuned. Let's go back to the slides. So any questions so far? Let me know in the comment section. Any questions so far? All right, so I can see this comment. I don't know. Not sure what that means. Anyway, any more questions, drop them in the comment section below. There are no questions. Let's get back to the slides. So far we have covered 3 mistakes to avoid when creating SVGs, and how to create SVGs, and the 3-step framework that works for creating SVGs. And I also promised you guys what kind of SVGs are currently in demand when it comes to party decor. So let's have a look at that. Stop screen share, share screen, new tab. All righty. So I use a tool called Keywords Everywhere. Can you guys see this extension? So it's a little extension for Chrome. It's a paid extension, probably like $10 per year. You get some credits. And this extension is really helpful in figuring out what kind of keywords are currently trending. So if I type favor box SVG, you can go and see how many people are searching for this favor box SVG. So you can see 40 searches per month. So that gives me some idea, like these kind of SVGs are currently in demand right now. Like people are actually looking for these kind of SVGs. And this tool is also going to give you um, some extra keyword ideas that are currently trending. So free SVG box templates, 480 searches per month. More the number of searches, higher the chances of that product to sell in your SVG stores. Favor box SVG file, another keyword, not the same, but similar keyword, 77 searches right now. Favor box SVG free, party favor box. So that you can see there's a ton of demand for these kind of favor boxes. You can write a wedding favor box SVG, and it will tell you what kind, how many people are searching for it. So this one is quite low, which is why it's just showing 30. So there's another one, wedding favor box ideas, 30 SVGs. And let's look for cake topper SVGs. And you can see 720 searches per month, guys. That's the number of people looking for cake topper SVGs. So there's a huge demand out there. Banner SVG, 4,400 SVG for banners. Cake SVG, cake topper, SVG cake, so many different ideas, so many different things you can target, so many different keywords that you can target uh, if you want to sell SVG cut files. And let me share. So yesterday, I don't know if you guys watched this. Yesterday, I did an interview session with one of my students who literally just started her store a couple of months ago, and she's brand new to SVG designing, and she just hosted an Instagram live to sell SVGs, and she made 15 sales in 3 days from that one Instagram live. And her shop is brand new, and this just happened in February, just last month. I know a lot of people say SVGs don't make money, but I have proof. I have many clients who are currently making passive income from SVGs, and you can check out Ashley's uh, interview in the group right now, where she talks about her success with SVGs and how she is building onto that to get more and more sales. This just happened in February 2024. So SVGs are still relevant. They're still making money if you do it the right way. You can go and check all of my students' shops who are currently selling SVGs passionately. A lot of people, they upload some designs and then they disappear, but there are some students who are doing it religiously. They're uploading designs and they are getting traction in their stores. So Susan's store, Deborah's store, Toby's store, Sarah's store, and Ashley's store, they're all making passive income from SVG cut files right now. So if you are interested in something like that, I have my course for you guys. So in my course, I will show you guys how to design SVGs that cut perfectly, that also look professional, that you can make extra cash from. So this framework that I share in my course is not just a bunch of theory. It's all been tested and proven to work by me and hundreds of my students. So if you take one thing away, I want you to know that you can make money from SVGs without the frustration and constant struggle. I've developed a 3-step framework to design profitable SVGs, and I've outlined the framework for you today. Now, how can you apply this to your design process and make gorgeous SVGs that also cut smoothly and sell like hotcakes? You have two options here. You can waste a ton of time and effort trying to figure it out all on your own, or you can fast track to creating money-making SVGs with my 3-step framework in my course, SVG Superstar. So say hello to SVG Superstar, the one and only course where you can learn to design SVGs, money-making SVG cut files that sell like hotcakes in Affinity Designer using my fail-proof 3-step framework in less than 30 days. I promise you, if you give me 1 hour of your day for the next couple of days, you can definitely go from 0 to intermediate when it comes to designing SVGs. The course is laid down step by step to take you from one step at a time, to show you how to go from basic to intermediate when it comes to designing SVGs. Even if you have never ever designed SVGs, you have never ever worked with an illustration software. So in the course, you will have a thorough understanding of using Affinity Designer specifically for designing SVGs. You'll have my 3-step framework that I've used, that my hundreds of students have used to create literally any kind of SVG design that comes to your mind. If you go watch Ashley's interview yesterday, she said, like, earlier, before taking the course, she was just imagining 2D designs, but after taking the course, she can now think about 3D designs and turn those ideas into actual designs. So that's the power you get after you go through this course, that you can turn literally any kind of idea that comes to your mind into an SVG. So that and what you're going to learn, it will help you create SVGs that are noticed by companies like Cricut. So one of my students, Deborah, she was selected as one of the top SVG designers by Cricut for Cricut UK. So your designs will be noticed by big companies, because that has happened with my students. I'm not just giving you fluff information. This has actually happened. And if you go to her profile, you can see the proof over there. Deborah from Little Bird Digital Crafts, something like that. So this course comes with a couple of modules. So we're going to start with the basics, then you'll learn how to install. There are 40 plus videos, there are tutorials, and there are video tutorials. It's not a course based on just reading. You get actual video tutorials, and I'm going to show you the back end of the course as well. So you're going to learn, you're going to start with the basics, and then we are going to go to the designing part, where I'm going to show you how to use all the tools in Affinity Designer, just like I did right now, to create all those different types of cake toppers, flowers, 3D shadow boxes. These are all the things that you're going to learn inside the program. And then you're also going to get the SVG Superstar Handbook. You can print it out and you can read the instructions in the handbook. You're also going to get access to 3 months access to the VIP Facebook support group, where you're going to get lots of support from the people inside the group. You're going to get to weekly coaching call for 3 months. You're going to get legal expert advice. We also have an attorney inside the group to help you with trademark questions. You will have accountability. You'll have support from 4 different experts. And the best part is you get your shop promoted with inside my newsletter, which goes out to 30K plus crafters. So thanks to this, a lot of my students were able to instantly launch their shop and get sales because of this amazing feature that you only get when you enroll in my program. You are not going to get this this special feature when you join other people's program. This is something that I offer to my students to help you, to really help you start making money from SVGs, because that's something I really, really want to see my students doing, achieving their goal of making passive income from SVGs. And that's why I support them fully by featuring their shop in my newsletters, so that they can get some sales quickly and get some audience to their store. And if you buy right now, you're also going to get this bonus module worth $197, how to package and sell SVG cut file. So if you scroll a little bit below, you will see the button to get the course and join the course right now. So you should be able to see a little button. We have 3 different tiers. So the basic tier is $197. Usually it's $297, but right now you can get in for just $197. This is special offer. And if you have the Access Pass, you're also going to get $47 off. So you can use that coupon and you can get the course for just $147. So go ahead and jump into the course right now if you are interested in making SVGs for personal use or for selling. So here's a feedback from Susan, who is one of my top students. And this is an old screenshot. She now has more than 2,000 sales in her store. And you can see that in the first couple of months, she made $2,000 from the SVGs she sold in her store. So before joining the program, she said she was struggling to design SVGs. She was spending time watching YouTube videos. And in 1 year, she just had 12 sales. Within 4 months of enrolling in SVG Superstar, she made more than $2,000 from what she learned in the program. You can go and check out her shop as well. So the question is not if you'll make money, if you'll make your money back. It's about how many times you'll be able to do it once you get that expert knowledge of designing SVGs. My promise to you is if you follow the steps as laid out in the course, you will be able to successfully create high quality SVG cut files that meets the industry standards in less than 30 days. If you're ready to master SVG designing, and if you are ready to sell SVGs, if you want to make money from SVGs in your sleep, hit the enroll now button and I will see you inside the course. The time to act is now. This is your chance to build a business in less than 12 months. And remember, if you join now, you're also going to get the amazing bonus which is how to package and sell SVGs. This is only if you join right now during this live session. So hit the enroll now button and click the payment option to enroll in the course right now. So this is your chance to build a business that you can bounce back on in the worst case scenario. This is a great way to inject some extra cash monthly or bi-monthly or quarterly to your income. So don't spend your precious time looking for tutorials, hopping in different Facebook groups, asking for help from people who are not experts, because you're just going to end up wasting a lot of time. With this course, you get step-by-step guidance. I'm literally going to handhold you and guide you through all the steps on how to create SVGs. Now, the choice is yours. You want to learn from strangers who have no record of selling SVG cut files, or you want to learn from someone who has worked with an expert, who has worked with Cricut and has countless 5-star reviews. The choice is yours. So we have 3 different tiers. Let me share my screen. Let me take you guys to the sales page. So there are 3 different tiers available. So on the sales page, you need make sure you are on this sales page. So if you're watching on YouTube, you won't see the button. You need to go to this page. I've dropped the link in the comment section. No, you don't have to have any drawing skills. Like I showed you guys in Affinity Designer, you can use the shapes, you can use the pen tools, you can use the text tools to create SVGs. You don't need to be able to draw the SVGs, because I suck at drawing. I'm literally very bad at drawing. Yet I've been designing and selling SVGs and I've come this far. So no, you don't need to be an expert at drawing. So click on the link that I've dropped in the comment section. You should be on the webinar page. This is the webinar page. You should be able to see this. And if you go here and you click on this button, it will take you to the sales page. And if you click on this, it will take you to the pricing tier. So let me talk more about the pricing tier. So if you pay $197, you get the basic tier with with 6 modules and 40 plus videos on designing SVG cut files. This is great for people who just want to learn designing for fun. You don't want to sell SVGs, that's totally fine. You can go for this basic module, and you're also going to get a bundle of tutorials on creating 5 different gift box SVGs. And then we have the Pro. The Pro comes with some extra business modules, for example, copyrights and trademarks masterclass, 3 lessons on finding trendy SVG design ideas that people actually want to buy, then 6 gift box SVG designs, 4 card SVG designs, 10 advanced SVG text design, mandala SVG designs, cake topper, 6 different types of 3D layered SVG designs. So you get all of these extras if you go for the Pro. Now, if you are 100% you're serious about turning this into a business, then we have the business tier for you. You get everything in the basic and the Pro, plus you get one-on-one coaching calls with me, 3 one-on-one coaching calls. I will plan out your business for you. And you also get email marketing and Instagram marketing, Pinterest marketing, how to make extra dollars selling SVGs. You get 12 months access to Facebook group. With the basic and Pro, you just get 3 months. With the business, you get 12 months. You get Facebook optimization cheat sheets. You get all of these mock-ups and everything that you need for a full-fledged SVG business. You can get all of that in the business section. So if you're ready, click the enroll now button and join us in the program where that was taken by more than 4,000 students. So let me show you guys what the program looks like at the back end. So a lot of people ask whether I have videos or whether I have, is it a text-based course or is it a audio-based course or is it a video-based course? So let me just get inside the course and show you guys what this looks like. So SVG Superstar Basic. So you can see we have all those videos, and let me just go to the advanced section. So these are the videos you get. How to create 3D shadow boxes. This is a shadow box video. This was done by my expert student, Susan from Luna Lagoon SVGs, the one I was just talking about. She created this tutorial for you guys. And then you have, you get the extra hard box SVG tutorial. So you can see there are 5 different modules here with many, many videos, 40 plus videos all together. You get, here's the basic, you start with the basic, then you learn about text-based SVGs, how to work with text. You're gonna learn how to create this beautiful circular SVG. And then we're gonna go to the shapes module where you're gonna learn how to create a custom cake topper step by step. And then we have the pen tool, all about the pen tool, super powerful. And you're gonna learn how to create a paper flower from actual flowers. And then we have the layers module. You're gonna learn how to use all the layers and color palettes and everything. And you're gonna have, you're gonna learn how to create a 3D house. And then we have all these advanced lessons: 3D shadow box, hard box, knockout text, stickers, card SVGs, gift tags. All of these, you're gonna get some bonus card SVGs as well. So all of this is part of the basic course. And it's available for $197 right now. Usually it is $296, but right now this is special offer I'm offering for you guys. It is just $196. So click the enroll now button and join us. I'm gonna be here for another 10 minutes. So if you have any questions, you can drop them in the section below. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comment section. And if you join now, you can get the bonus offer. If you join now, you are also going to get the bonus offer, which is how to package and sell SVG cut files. So if you have any questions, you can drop them in the comment section. We have 5 more minutes. So I am using Affinity Designer. So there is Affinity Photo, Affinity Publisher, Affinity Designer. Go for Affinity Designer, the latest version. So you should be on this page that I am sharing on the screen right now, cutandmakecrafts.com/PBC webinar masterclass page. Go to this page and you'll be able to see this button. So let me know in the comment section if you have any questions. 4 more minutes left if you want to join and grab the how to package and sell SVGs module. So click the enroll now button and I will see you inside the course. So This is a special offer. It's not usually available for this price. You can save $100, and if you have the access pass, you can save another $47. So if you scroll down on this page, you will see a ton of testimonials from my past students. This is from Sarah. This is the one I was talking about. She made $3,000 last year in 2023 from her shop. Some more testimonials by my students and some screenshots of shops by my students. So this is the shop by the student who was featured as one of the top designers in UK by UK Cricket. Her name of her shop is LB Digital Crafts, Little Bird Digital Crafts. You can go and check out her shop on Etsy as well as Design Bundles. Her design was also featured on the front page of Design Bundles within 2 weeks of joining the platform. So that's the thing. Like, what you learn in my program will prepare your files, will make your files look so professional that it's going to be picked by top companies for features and stuff like that. A lot of my students' designs have were also featured in Design Bundles. My designs were also featured, and once you get featured in the bundle, you make like 1,000 to 1,700. I've made 1,700 to $1,500 in one day, thanks to the feature in their bundle. So that really pays off. And your designs need to be really, really good to be able to be featured in big bundles. And I'm so proud to say that my students have reached that milestone. So you get premium level of education inside my program. So those of you who are interested, one final call, visit the page now and join us in the program. So I can see somebody has taken the step. I can't see the name. So welcome to the program. So good to have you. You get the bonus how to package and sell SVGs. That is super awesome. So for those of you who are interested, join now, and I'll see you inside the program. All right, so that is pretty much it from my side. If you guys have questions later, you can email me and I'll get back to you. And that is pretty much it. I will see you guys inside the group. I'm going to be announcing the giveaway winners now, so go and have a look at that. And thank you everybody for tuning in. Good night and good afternoon for those of you who are in Australia. Bye-bye.